Hey guys and girls. So today I was looking at some other YouTube videos and I always get asked this question too. A lot of times it becomes arguments, but it is what is the best nutrition? What is the best food for endurance athletes, cyclists, runners, and so on? And uh, and it goes along with also goals of weight loss or maintaining weight or losing weight. Um, and it stemmed from me being in the office and I was eating a banana. And one of my meathead co-workers came by and said, dude, eating that banana is like eating a Snickers bar. It's the same amount of calories. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I want to talk very briefly about nutrition and endurance athletes, actually health, not just endurance athletes, but health and losing weight. And there's so many misconceptions, so much noise out there. And the only way, I'm telling you right now, the only way you will know the truth is see if someone is selling you something. Okay? If they're trying to sell you something, a program, a food supplement, or whatever, then they're probably lying. Um, the, um, and here's the weird, funny thing: the cheapest of food. Don't tell me it's the most expensive. The cheapest of food is the best food for you. So let me explain that. Potatoes, they're good for you. They're not bad. You know what's bad with potatoes? It's when you put all the butter and the bacon bits and everything else on top of it. But if you literally, I actually eat raw potatoes with the skin and everything. It is very healthy. Look it up. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but what happens is the potatoes are so cheap that nobody makes money by selling you just a potato. So there's no one trying to promote that potatoes are good for you. What about carrots? People say that carrots are very high in sugar. They're bad for you. They're not bad for you. Carrots are cheap. They're good for you. Um, anything, any fruit is good for you. Any and all fruit is good for you. If you're thinking that fruit has too much sugar and that's why it's bad for you, you're so dead wrong. You are so blind to the bullshit that the media or whatever you've read and brainwashed you has converted you to think that fruit is bad for you. So fruit and vegetables, and I'm including vegetables, are not bad for you. Uh, I am fat, said a fruitarian, never. Have you ever seen fruitarians, the people that literally eat fruit as their main part of the diet? Fruitarians are like 80% of what they eat is fruit, and then they'll have some rice maybe or something to go along with it, maybe some potatoes actually. Depending on how serious of a fruitarian they are, they won't even eat pasta because pasta is processed. Okay, um, but fruit is great for you. Vegetables are great for you, and there are ways to, if you don't like vegetables, there are ways to actually pick the vegetables that you do like and or incorporate it into your meal plan or meals, and it's not bad, and it does involve drenching it in dressing because dressing is bad for you. Depending on what dressing you do. I mean, if you take a little bit of olive oil, a little vinegar, a little salt, that's not bad. That's okay. But if if you're Thousand Island or Ranch and you're drenching it, yeah, that's bad for you. That's not good. I mean, come on. Probably the worst thing that you could possibly consume nowadays, and I'll explain why, is any kind of dairy product. What I mean with that is not the meat. I'm not talking about the meat right now. I'm talking about milk and cheese is probably some of the worst stuff, especially for men, and I'll get into this. Is probably one of the worst things that you could possibly consume. So here are the sad breakdown of milk and cheese and so on. I'm not against the calcium. It's not really a great source of calcium, but if your argument is the calcium, it's not a really. I'm not against that. Milk, and I'm not against, milking cows. I'm not, hey, I eat meat, sparingly, but I do eat meat. So I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan, I'm not a weirdo. Not that vegans and vegetarians are weirdos, but most of them kind of are. So anyways, great, I'll get so much hate from this video that it'll be crazy. So the reason milk and dairy is so bad for you, especially if you're a man, is the sad truth of economics. Cows need to produce milk. If you're a farmer, cows need to produce milk. The way to get them to produce more milk is they pump them of hormones. Now think about it. You're not pumping them full of hormones to get stronger. You're pumping what kind of hormones to create more milk? Estrogenic hormones. For a man, this is not good unless you want to become a woman. Go ahead. If you want man boobs, drink all the milk you want. But what happens is that even the organic, okay, quote and unquote, I know some farmers. I'm not going to mention them. I know some farmers. And they confided in me that the only way they can stay with production that they need to produce to stay afloat as a business, because farmers are business owners. They're not just like whatever. They're business owners. So the only way you can do that is that they still inject the cows with hormones, even though it is illegal or they're not supposed to do that. They have a little hidden compartment with a little fridge, and when nobody sees, when nobody's looking, they'll go and they'll inject the cows with estrogenic hormones to produce more milk. I'm so sorry to drop this on you if you did not know, but it's the truth. I'm not saying every single one does it, but it's pretty common, guys. It's pretty common. So if you're buying milk and drinking lots of milk, and you're wondering why you're developing man boobs, it's probably the milk and or cheese. So the worst thing you can possibly do is consume a lot of milk and cheese. And the best thing you can do is eat a lot of fruit and vegetables and non-processed carbs. So what are non-processed carbs? Pasta is processed. Pasta does not grow anywhere. Pasta is processed. Bread is processed. That's a processed carb. Pasta is processed carb. Rice. You can have rice. There's better quality rice and worse quality rice. There's wild rice, which I like. There's brown rice, which I like. There's white rice, which is okay, but it's okay. It's not that bad. Rice is good. Pasta is processed, and if you're really looking at, I want to be healthier and also lose weight responsibly, not just lose weight, because I can eat all meat, no veg, no fruit. I can literally eat just meat, and it's basically the Atkins diet. Your body gets just deplenished of water, and I can lose weight real quick. But if you ever done any kind of like Atkins diet, you also know that you will yo-yo back. You will gain it back. Meat is not that good for you guys. I mean, it's a good source of protein, and that's it. Meat contains nothing but protein and fat. That's all meat produces and contains, and some vitamin B12, which you can get supplements and shots for. But I'm sounding like a vegetarian, but I'm not, or vegan, and I'm not. If you really are serious, if you really want to drop the weight responsibly and be healthy, feel good, you're gonna up your intake of fruit and veg. You're going to not stay away from starches. Starches are not bad for you. Whoever came up with starches are bad for you is trying to sell you meat and potatoes. Well, not potatoes. Meat and everything else that goes on potatoes, I guess. But no, they're trying to sell you the meat and some other shit. But how is a potato? If you look at the nutritional facts of a potato, a big, nice potato has 100 and 150 calories. It's got great, if you leave the skin on, it's vitamin C. You can look it up. I'm not lying to you. Potato doesn't do something magic. It's not a secret sauce in potato that makes you fat. Now, if you mash a whole bunch of potatoes and you put some milk and some butter and some bacon bits and you have that with your gravy, now gravy makes you fat. If if you do all that, then yeah, that's gonna make you fat. But if you eat a potato, either you make it in the microwave, least favorite way of doing it, but it's fast and efficient, I guess. But if you make it in the microwave and eat the potato by itself, with some salt maybe or whatnot, you have to get used to it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Eat something else. But if you do that, or you boil the potato, not mashed potato, but if you boil it and you cook it that way, you can do that too. Or you can grill it, whatever. My point is that for some reason, potato's gotten a bad rep, and I don't understand why. It's great. I actually use potato as a weight loss measure for myself. So when I want to lose weight, I will have vegetables and a little bit of fruit whenever I want to for the sweetness and the sugar, because you do need those sugars. They keep you energized. Otherwise, have you ever seen like people on Atkins when they're starting off and all they eat is meat and they're so freaking tired? Why are they tired? Because the body is trying to process all that meat crap. So, and fat is a horrible source of energy. You should try to consume as little animal fat as possible. Do not consume animal fat. You want good fats? Avocado. That's a beautiful fat. Huh? Don't and same thing for butter. Yeah, butter out of the window. You don't want butter. You want good fats. Avocado is a good fat. So when I want to lose weight, I use potato just like rice. I use potato. I literally bake it. And I have potato with vegetables, and it fills me up. It helps me to fill me up because potato is very large in volume. It has a lot of water content in it. I love cucumbers. There's so many things that you can eat that are really good. Tomatoes are awesome. Avocado. But if you look at the facts and not the noise and the bullshit, this here. Look at this. This here is fast energy. But this stuff here, that's great for if you're racing and you need that fast energy or whatever, and you're burning, several thousand calories on a race day or training. But if you're looking at losing weight, you want that right there. Not necessarily that. That'll keep you fat. That'll stay. I mean, it tastes good. I eat steak. Like I said, I'm not a vegetarian. I eat very sparingly. But this right here, that's the good stuff, man. That's the good stuff. Anything in cereal, and cereal is going to be crap. It's processed with milk on, so that's crap. The bread is processed. You can make it homemade bread, but you're still processed stuff. If you have to have bread because you like bread, then eat it sparingly. Pasta is processed. Vegetables are really good. Avocado is good. Vegetables good. Rice is good. I don't like soy. For you soy fans out there, for you vegetarians, here we go. This is another shit starter. So for the vegetarians and vegans out there, if you're really trying to be healthy, and you're all about, hey, I'm vegetarian or I'm vegan and I'm super healthy because of that, then stop eating the processed shit. I see vegetarians and vegans eating the tofu. Where the fuck does these sorry for swearing. Where do these tofu blocks come from, and what are they? Stop eating that stuff. It's soy. Soy is not good for you, so stop it. If you're that health conscious and you're gonna talk shit about me eating meat, then I'm gonna talk shit about you eating that frickin' tofu and any kind of soy product that you kind of substitute with. Vegans and vegetarians, they're some of the worst eating habits in the world because they eat so much processed crap. Well, it's vegan. This is vegan. Just because it has a vegan sticker on it doesn't mean it's good. All right, dummy? All right, sorry for that. I get so upset with some vegans and vegetarians. They'll swear me up and down a ladder for me eating a piece of meat every now and then. But they every single day consume all this crap that is processed. If you really want to be healthy, you're going to up the non-processed foods, all right? It's simple. You get your fruits, your vegetables, and when I say fruits and vegetables, that basically includes anything that grows, anything that hasn't been processed, okay? I'm not a big fan of dried stuff because you've taken out all the water, all right? So it's just more calories without water. If you really need the sugars in here, just eat more fruit. Just increase your fruit intake. Um, the reason I came up to soy is this right here, edamame, which is basically soy. Be careful with that. Don't go crazy on that. That's the only thing that grows that I would be kind of careful with. But stay away from processed stuff like tofu and crap that comes in a block. That's a perfect image right there. Like when you go to the store, when I go to Walmart, if I go to Walmart, when I go to Walmart or I go into any store, I don't care if it's organic or not. Personally, here we go, and then someone's going to say, "Oh, but if it's not organic, it's crap." Okay, whatever. I don't really care. If it's fruit or vegetables, the first thing I do, I go to the produce aisle. I go to all the produce aisles, and I'm like, "Hey, what's on sale?" And that's what I'll buy lots of. Um, and you can't have enough or too much of any kind of vegetable or fruit. Wait, let me say that again. You cannot have too much of any vegetable or fruit. Okay? I have literally done meals on the go where I consume my lunch, and my lunch might be 5, 6, 8, 10 bananas. 10 was probably my max at any given point. So eating 5 or 6 or 8 bananas in one sitting is not bad for you. How can it be bad for you? Oh, it's too much potassium. You're going to get constipated. I have never ever gotten constipated because of eating fruit and veg. It's full of fiber, you dummies. How the heck are you going to get constipated when you're consuming tons of fiber? And none of that fake fiber that comes in a bottle, right? But the actual real fiber that your body's able to digest. Apples, bananas, oranges, you know, it kills me. It really kills me. So you get fat from fat. You don't get fat from sugar that is in non-processed format. So white sugar, it's processed. It's crap. I mean, that's just poison to you. White sugar is poison to you. Okay. There's people that will try to. There's people here on YouTube that are very famous that will try to tell you that sugar is a nutrient, as in white sugar is a nutrient. No, it's not. It gives you short-term energy, but it's not a nutrient. It's actually poison for you. If you really want good sugar, just eat a lot of fruit. Eat grapes. They're a great source of natural good sugar, non-processed. Look at that. That's kind of funny, but it looks good. And you know what? You start eating like that. You start eating fruit and vegetables, as many fruit and vegetables as you want. You're going to have all kinds of health benefits. This is a true story. My dad is a diabetic, and I got him on for a short. He's not very disciplined, but I got him on for a short term on a very high fruit diet. Okay, I say diet. It's not really dieting. It's just that's what he was consuming, and he said that he wouldn't be able to do it. And his doctor, we checked with the doctor, said he wouldn't be able to do it because there's too much sugar in fruit because he's a diabetic. Are you ready for this? The first day we had to keep it slow and keep it simple. We had to be very careful with the amount of fruit he consumed. But we took away processed stuff and we just limited the fruit. The first day was tough. He was getting high. He was getting spikes. Okay, insulin spikes. So the second day, we noticed on the second day, we're not talking 2 weeks in. We're talking the second day. On the second day in, he was able to consume about twice the amount of fruit he did the first day without major spikes. And we eliminated all processed stuff on day one. So all he ate on day one was non-processed stuff and some fruit to get in there. On day 3, listen to this. On day 3, he had perfect blood sugar, and he was able to consume almost as much fruit as he wanted to. Literally, he had a giant glass of orange juice, which juicing is okay for certain things, but I don't want you to eliminate the fibers. When you juice, all you get is the sugar and the juice out of it, but you're eliminating the fiber. So juicing is good for getting that energy, and you want that sugar and whatnot. But for all you juicers out there, okay, you're eliminating some of the best shit and not even consuming it, which is all the fibers, everything that's left in the vegetables and in the fruit. So for the juicers out there, I'm not against juicing. Just you can't be juicing as your entire meal plan, because all you're getting is sugars, and you're gonna feel certain energies, but you're not great. The digestive system needs all the fibers. Um, that's what you look like. No, I'm just kidding. That's what you look like when you follow this diet. Obviously, I don't. I look like this. No, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. Anyways, so fruit, vegetables, nuts. You can have nuts. That's all good. If you're not allergic, obviously. But yeah, so on the third day, he was able to consume. Look at that. That is a perfect plate. Whatever that is a perfect plate. Look at that. That's perfect. You can even have some rice in there. Don't shy away from rice. Seriously, do not shy away from rice. Don't shy away from potato. You can have some potato alongside with that to kind of help you, feel some warmth, because all that is cold, and if you're always eating cold meals, you get tired of it very quickly. I bake a potato, it's nice and warm. I have my vegetables, I have my salad, I have my fruit, and then I have some baked potato, and I feel good. I feel good. Same thing with rice. I don't ever eat rice cold. I eat it warm, and whatnot. But and I also eat some meat. I love salmon, so I also eat some meat. But if you're serious about fitness, if you really are serious about fitness and health, I also consume eggs. I'm not against eggs at all. Eggs are a good source for me. They're a good source of protein. I'm not scared of their. I exercise a lot, and I lot. And that's a relative term. But I exercise, but I'm not scared of their cholesterol or whatever. And I don't eat eggs all the time. So I might have. When I eat eggs, I make 3 eggs for myself, and I might have it maybe once or twice a week. If you have fish once a week, don't overdo it. Don't have a full plate of fish. Be 4 ounces. I mean, be proportionate. And then vegetable and fruit. But if you're really serious about fitness, you're gonna get away from processed shit, and you're gonna reduce your meat intake. It's as simple as that. You are going to stay away from processed food. Anything that is processed is in a package or a bottle. All right? Anything that's processed is in a package or a bottle. Let's look at that produce picture again. Non-processed food, look, where is that? Like that. That's non-processed food. All right? I know it's difficult for some people. Is this processed? Is it in a box or a bottle? It's processed, right? They processed it. If it's like this, and you grab it, and you look at it, and you squeeze it, and it has a nice color to it, then it's not processed. I'm going to get so much hate for this video if people actually watch it. And berries. I like berries. Berries is like fruit. But yeah, this here, right here, that's non-processed. Garlic is great. I don't see anything here that's bad. All that good, all that stuff is good. Do I like bread? Yes, I do like bread. Do I try to eat bread sparingly? Yeah. When I'm health conscious, I fall off the wagon, so to speak, too. I mean, but when I'm health conscious, I want to lose weight and I want to be healthier, I want to be faster, or I want to be leaner, or whatever you want to call it. Then I start getting serious and start having meals like this, where I have rice with something else, and I start eliminating some of the meats. I started eliminating all animal fat. Everything that is animal fat, I eliminate right away, because the body doesn't need it. You don't need it. There's no book ever that said you need animal fat, ever. And if there is, then don't fucking read it, because someone is trying to sell you some shit. That's if that's tofu, that's bullshit right there. That's what tofu looks like. Does that look natural or does that look processed? That's crap. Don't eat it. That is good. Eat it. All right. He does not eat enough of that. He eats a lot of that and that. Now, if you are burning 5,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 calories almost on a daily basis, it almost doesn't matter what you eat. It almost does not matter what you eat because you're going to be lean and you need the fuel. In fact, if you don't eat the fuel, you won't be able to perform. You won't be able to do it. It just, the math doesn't happen. You won't recover, okay? So there you have it. This video turned out to be a little bit longer, but it's such a simple concept, guys, and it's such a industry where everybody's trying to sell you. Look at this. Everybody's trying to sell you something. Okay, I'm not saying that this stuff doesn't work. I take multivitamins. I take different things, but this is not your number one source of health. Okay, this is your supplementary. It's supplements, right? Supplementary health, not your core values of health. These are only good if you're burning tons of calories and you really need a performance real quick. Everything else, all that's just supplementary. This, where is it? I keep losing that picture. But the good stuff right there. This here, that's what you want. All right. All of that. There's tons of fruit and veg. Go explore. I'm sure there is about 10 things in the produce aisle that you've either never had or have so sparingly that it was so. Come on, just buy the stuff. Buy the stuff, eat the stuff, and feel better and be healthier. So that's it. Eat fruit. Eat vegetables. Stay away from processed stuff. Okay. If it's processed, it's no bueno. Stay away from it. Look at that. It's a frickin' meal right there. And I personally stay away from dehydrated stuff because you've dehydrated it. Why would you take away the most amazing, most best thing that you need? And that's water. You need lots of water. You need lots of fluids. You need lots of good sugars, which are fruits and fiber and everything else that comes with it. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If I made you upset because you think that your meat-eating, cheese-loving diet is working for you, then I'm sorry, but you might be losing some water weight pounds. You might be losing some fat, and if it's working for you, then it's not healthy, though. It really isn't. I can drop a lot of weight by doing the Atkins diet, which is not good for you. Anyone that says the Atkins diet is good for you, I'm sorry, but they're trying to sell you what? The Atkins diet. They're trying to sell you some shit. It's bullshit. Fruit and veg. Nobody ever got obese with fruit and veg. Ever. It's impossible to become obese with fruit and veg. It's when you start including processed shit that you start getting obese, start getting fat. But if you literally go on a fruit and veg diet, you will not be obese. It's a fact. You will lose weight. Just my 2 cents. If you don't like it, don't take it. So in this video, if you don't like the advice that I just gave, do a thumbs down and comment. Be man or woman enough to comment and say why I'm wrong underneath this video, because you are absolutely 100% wrong. Now, if you like this video and you like this advice, give me a thumbs up and share or comment or maybe give your 2 cents of why fruit and veg is good for you. And for your vegans and vegetarians out there, they're going to hate on me for saying that eat meat sparingly. Dude, whatever. I don't give a flying F. All right, I eat meat sparingly, and so can you if you want. It's not that bad for you. It's not that great to eat all the time. But if you want to lose weight though, and you want to be really really fit, you will eat meat sparingly. The reason I am not a vegan or a vegetarian is partially because it requires a lot of discipline, and not only that, I do think that as humans, personally, we are supposed to actually eat a protein from meat and so on. Doesn't mean that I go out every single day and eat a big piece of meat or a big piece of chicken or a big piece of fish. That's not what I'm talking about. It's 4 ounces. Maybe eat meat from protein from maybe eat protein from a meat source, whether it be poultry or fish or cow or pig or whatever. But maybe only eat that two times a week. Maybe everything else is fruit and veg. I don't know if I actually have like a proper schedule or whatnot of how often I eat meat or how often I recommend eating meat, but it's probably not as often as you do. And if you're a vegan, dude, whatever, just be vegan, but stop hating on me, all right? And if you're vegetarian, then great, whatever. Just eat your eggs and shut the fuck up. Um, and whatever. I don't care. I don't care. But I'm just trying to give good advice out there because there's so much noise, so much crap out there that's kind of crazy. Anyway, so half an hour video, guys. I'm so sorry. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Give me a thumbs down if you don't, and subscribe for goodness sake. It helps my channel out. I'm trying to grow the channel, and it makes me happy. It gives me joy in life when you guys subscribe. Take care, eat safe, and ride safe.